好的，我现在要跟大家说有意思一点的一些事情，我不应该说那么多一般般的无聊的事情。So I want to talk about something, a little more interesting, like, yeah, in Chinese, this is an interesting phrase, 一般般 or 一般。哎呀，你说的事情，你要跟我讨论的那些东西很一般般，我没那么感兴趣。It's 一般般, it's ordinary, average, who cares? So orgies, let's talk about, orgies, and what's my opinion on that, on orgies, on how might that be a balanced thing, as opposed to the, let's say, more unhinged, crazy, or I don't know, how would we describe it? But yeah, I just see so many examples of, like it probably is. There probably is. There probably are balanced, healthy, psychologically, stable people out there, just normal people who have orgies. Surely there are. But it just seems that it has kind of a bad reputation. This idea of an orgy, it has a group sex. It has a bad ring to it, a bad reputation, because it's usually associated with a lot of associated with sort of I would say psychologically unhinged, a kind of behavior. And I saw one interview recently on Lex Friedman, where he interviews some other girl, and she talks about how she arranges orgies and stuff like that. And she seemed reasonably psychologically stable, but still the way it was being described, like you would have like 4 guys and 4 girls come to this orgy, and then they would wear like wear wristbands, and then you'd have the security word, like if you felt uncomfortable, then you'd say red, ah! And then it would just stop, or the person would stop touching you or whatever. I don't know. It just seems. It seems like there is some aspect that is lacking in that orgy for it to be a kind of a balanced thing, or let's say the reason behind having the orgy. Yes, that's the one. That's what I'm looking for here. Maybe I'll turn the light on and get some more light in here. Yes, what is the reason? What is the reason for the orgy? What are you? And I think people would, like, why? Let's just say you go to an orgy. Let's imagine yourself attending an orgy. Why are you attending the orgy? You would need a reason to attend the orgy, wouldn't you? Is it just to you want to kind of explore this aspect of human nature, that sexuality, something like that? But what is it that what concept do people have? What understanding of sexuality do people have? Is it just purely a physical thing, or is it physical and emotional? Is it physical and emotional and spiritual? Is it physical and emotional and spiritual and energetic? Is it physical and emotional and spiritual and energetic and empathic mutual communication? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, empathic, energetic, emotional, communicational, and cultivation for the benefit of your energy system to unblock energy blockages, and how honest is it? So I would say like that, like if you would say apply the understanding of qigong into that orgy. I think it would take, if you would apply all these understandings into that, and a more view the human being as more of a complete system, and how do you experience experience it in a balanced way. I quite like the the energy aspect, like I mean, definitely in my next relationship, whatever that's going to be, definitely I'm going to be much more, I want to get deep in there, before the relationship starts between me and that girl, like there has to be a but before the physical connection, because I think a lot of the relationships that happen out there, it's like we understand it's not difficult to get someone else in bed with you. It's really not that difficult. Like if you understand how to read basic human body language, and so basically read body language means to gather intelligence, and then basically how to act, how to influence, how to read and how to influence, and then you have the receptive and the action and the influence, and then it's easy to, I think, initiate in a relationship, a sexual relationship on a physical level. But then what happens is that later on, much later down the track, people realize that they never even really connected on an emotional level. They never connected on a spiritual level. They never really exchanged any, what their opinions are on certain things. So down the line, there's going to be, clashes. So that is something. And actually, if you can come from the energy, from the qigong, that can do it all in one hit. When if you're able to have an energetic exchange with a person of the opposite sex. Like for example, if I extend my energy out in my field here, and then a woman that I'm communicating with, if she also puts her hand there, and if we make eye contact, and then we experience, the energy, if we have some basic sensitivity, this kind of experiential, interaction of the energy, this can, you won't know what's going on until a little bit later. This is really interesting about the qigong, the energy exchange, is that it will start some changes, and then later it will hit you, and you will realize something.